Oh yeah, you tripping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you tripping. Let's do it. Let's do it. Episode 9 of the You Trippin' podcast. I am your host. Just call me Twin. We are back again, episode 9. We almost 10 episodes deep already, man. I've only been doing this for it's been like a month, and we 10 episodes deep. I'm giving y'all content. Content kings out here. Nah, but yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in and everything, man. It's been fun so far. Been having a good time with it. Been enjoying myself. Hopefully, y'all been enjoying it. Y'all heard my new drop? It got a little new drop in there. Yeah, you tripping. Y'all heard the new drop? Nah, but yeah, man. I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. And it's really all about just having fun with it and getting better for me. And that kind of just led me to what I wanted to just discuss today and everything. Personal development, just different ways to get better in general. Well, we could just start off there. I know a lot of people have a tendency to just kind of get content with where they are in life because it's a good spot. Some of us are in our 20s, might be in our 30s. Some of us might be teenagers that are watching, whatever it is. But we'll have a tendency to try to, get to a certain spot. And then once we get there, it's just like we get content and we be like, oh, I'm good. I made it. I mean, I've had those times definitely where I've just had to, you kind of almost have to check yourself mentally because, again, you have those goals set and everything. And it's good that you reach your goals and everything. I mean, you should be happy that you reach your goals. But you shouldn't just get content with it. Who was it? Coach Murph in high school. He always used to tell us the difference between happy versus satisfied. And that was always something that stuck with me because you can be happy. Like, no, nobody's telling you not to be happy for the things that you've accomplished, the things that you've done in life. And, we was 17, 18 at the time. And I mean, I'm almost 10 years older now. And that was something that I will always remember because, again, it's something nobody's telling you not to be happy for yourself, to be happy for others and things like that. But don't be satisfied with it either, though. Like, always continue to push yourself. Always continue to push others that are in your circle. You should always continue to, accomplish goals. And if you set out to and you complete one goal, come up with another one. Some people they might have an ultimate goal of just say being in the NBA. Some people have an ultimate goal of being in the NBA and everything, but just because you get to the NBA doesn't mean you have to stop putting goals into place. Now you made it to the league, so now, put it in the goal that you want to be rookie of the year. Put it in the goal that you want to average a double-double. You want to average 20. You want to average 7 assists. Whatever it is, it's like you always put yourself in a position to get better where you can continue to improve. Where, you see all these players and everything, just relating it to basketball, you see all these players and everything playing over the summer. And they're playing with each other. They're getting better. They're working on new moves. They're working on their range, working on their ball handling skills, whatever it is. And that's just the NBA because they want to get paid more. But I don't feel like people apply that to a regular day job. Like, just because you're not playing basketball and they have to continually get better because they want to get paid more doesn't mean that you shouldn't do that in what your profession is. Like, I think people kind of get caught up in where they are, and if they working at a Fortune 500 company and they're a supervisor there, and they make $70,000 a year, they get happy, which is good, but they get satisfied with their role, and it's just like, okay, I'm a supervisor now, like, I made it. Well, yeah, you're a supervisor, but you made it to what? Like, you making $70,000 a year, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Like, $70,000 a year is good. Depending on which state you're in, it's good. But that doesn't mean you should just stop there. For what? If you are able to make it to a supervisor role at this Fortune 500 company, why wouldn't you continue to develop, set goals, be determined, and try to get to a management role. I mean, you already made it to the supervisory role, get to the manager role, get to the senior manager role, get to the director role, get to the managing director role. It's like there's so many things that you could do to continue to better yourself, and not even necessarily from the role standpoint, but for your own personal development. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but there's it. Well, I use it. I know there's a lot of different ones out there, including like Coursera and Vantage, and I'm sure there are other platforms. But the one that I got comfortable with is Udemy. Udemy has so many different courses for the everyday individual. Like, I'm sure if you Udemy is almost like Google. You can literally put anything in their search bar and there's going to be a course that pops up for it. And the reason I like it is because they're not charging you an arm and a leg for you to learn. Like, most of their courses are $9.99. They have some that cost a little bit more, different times of the year, whatever. So, and they're very valuable. Like, you can look at them and some of them are valued at like $75, $100 and everything, and they're on there for $9.99. And they give you a certification at the end of all these courses and everything. You can add it to your resume. If you're using it to job seek, you add it to your LinkedIn, different things like that. And it's just one of those platforms, like I said, where you can just type anything in from, if you're an IT professional, you can type in different things about IT. If you're trying to learn how to code or develop, or you want to be a full stack developer, you want to work in Java, or if you just want to do front end, you want to do back end, you want to do QA analysis, whatever it is. But then if you just want to do business development, you want to do business analytics, you want to do marketing, you want to do finance, accounting, whatever it is, I'm telling you, Udemy probably has it on there. Even stuff aside from, I guess, the professional world, they have different things on there about how you can travel, or cooking lessons, languages, different things like that you might not necessarily use in a professional setting, but they can be utilized on a day-to-day basis. So, I mean, I said it to say, like, don't stop developing just because you got to a certain point in life. It's nice to get to those points. Like I said, like, nobody's telling you not to be happy about these accomplishments that you achieved. You set out to complete these certain goals. Like, yes, be happy about that. Celebrate that. But get back to work. Don't stop just because you're making $70,000 a year. Like, if you can make 70, why can't you double it and make 140, 150? If you can make it to the supervisor level, why can't you be a manager or a senior manager and be making 200,000 depending on where you at? Like, y'all, I mean, look, it's people out here that's really making 6-7 figures and all they do is sit behind a desk all day. Like, that's the point of moving up in the company. The point is you move up to do less work. That's the way it works. All the people on the ground floor are the ones doing the hard work, and they get paid less. You move up to a supervisor, and then you kind of still working, but you telling people what to do and you delegating at the same time. You move up to manager, it's in the title. You're managing people. It's pretty much all you're doing. You're dealing with day-to-day operations stuff. You get to the senior management level and you're really just telling the manager what to do. You get to the director level, you're directing traffic. Like, you just talk to people all day. Managing director, you really kind of just hanging out, chilling. Like, you got different stuff to do, of course. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's tasks that you have to complete and everything. But I'd rather be making $300,000 as a managing director than and be kind of just hanging out at my desk and talking to people, lining things up, and developing roadmaps than being a supervisor and making $70,000 a year and I'm doing somewhat the hard work. So why stop at supervisor? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just continue to develop, get that personal development on your side. I mean, don't stop because obviously you had to do a good job to get to the supervisor role. So don't stop at supervisor, man. Continue to challenge yourself, work hard, push the others that are in your circle, because I mean, it's really about the company you keep. If you see other people doing good things, you're going to want to do good things too. So just continue to do that. But I just wanted to switch gears, and aside from your main job, being a supervisor, manager, whatever it is, your personal development, I just wanted to give y'all a few different ways that I feel like, I mean, you can make some side money instead of just using that one income. I mean, I referenced it in another episode, but I'm sure some of you guys know that the average millionaire has 7 revenue streams. 7. Again, I do not have 7. If you have 7, let me know so I can come holler at you. Because I do not have 7, but I need to get to 7. But with that being said, there's a way to get to 7. Even if it's just you start out with small things around the house or whatever it is. I mean, I know like I have a townhome and everything, but I got so much stuff in here that I don't use. Like, it's just sitting around like collecting dust. And I say that to say, sell that stuff. Like, I just sold my washer and dryer and what I sold? I sold my bar stools yesterday. Stuff that I don't even use, like around the house and everything. So it's like, why would you not sell this stuff and let somebody else put it to use if you just have it sitting there? And then on top of that, you can get money for it. People will pay for the stuff that you have, especially if it's in good condition. Like the lady that I gave my bar stools to, she was like, "Oh, I didn't realize these were in that good of a condition." I'm like, I mean, I take care of my stuff, I just don't use it. So again, like, sell your stuff, whether it be clothes, wall art, couches, furniture, beds, dressers, washer and dryers. Like I mean, whatever it is, sell the stuff that shoes, sell the stuff that you're not using, man. Like, so many people, I mean, I hate to reference it again, but Jordans, like, so many people got J's sitting around that they wear it once or twice a year. It's like, why would you not sell that for, I mean, I'm sure they cost $200, $300 now, depending on which ones you have. Like, why would you not sell those and let somebody actually utilize them? I'm not telling you to give them away for free. Those are valuable shoes. But if you can get $300 for a shoe that you wear twice a year, I'm selling it. That's just me. I mean, you can do what you want with it. But yeah, man, that's a simple one, just to, get stuff out of your house, get the clutter out, and get a little extra money and maybe put it into something else. So yeah, look around the house, man, and start selling stuff. Get the clutter out the way. Charge people to come clean your apartment for you. Like, they'll come get it if it's in good condition and they want it. They'll come get it. So, and then your house is a little cleaner. So that's one. I know a lot of women do this. I guess guys can technically do it too. But babysit. Like, I'm sure a lot of us out here have nieces and nephews and little cousins and whatever it is. Like, and I'm not telling you to charge these people an arm and a leg or whatever, but babysit, man. Like, there's a lot of money in, we'll just call it childcare. There's a lot of money in childcare. There's a lot of money to be had in childcare. Even if you have a full-time job and you're just doing it for 2 or 3 hours a day when you get off work or something like that, because their parents work the night shift or whatever, or you get off at 5 and their parents don't get off until 9 or something like that, and you do it for 3 hours a day, that can add up over time. So it's like, and if you're doing it consistently, that's another consistent revenue stream that you didn't have before. So if you're making an extra $100 a week, I mean, that's $400 a month. Like, you could put that towards a car note or groceries and gas, or pay a credit card down, whatever it is. I think that's really one of the, not necessarily more quote unquote valuable ones, but that's one of the ones where it's like, look, man, if you do it the right way and you're doing it for more than one kid, look, you can make you some good money babysitting, doing childcare. You can make you some good money, man. Like, especially, again, if you're not doing it full time and you're only doing it for a few hours a day, where you ain't got to go out and get food for the kid and drive them places and do all this and that. Like, you could literally make a killing doing childcare. So you got childcare. What did I say first? Just selling all the random stuff that you have. Also, I mean, this one may be a little difficult for people to find, but there are work from home jobs that you can do at home, man. Like, even if it's just something as simple as being like a virtual assistant, like an administrative assistant, which, there's a lot of those jobs out there where that just consist of you working for a manager, a senior manager, and you're just setting up their schedule. You're just making sure everything's on their calendar. booking their flights when they have to go from New York to California or whatever it is. You just doing all that stuff for them. Those are easy jobs that might pay $12, $14 an hour or something like that on top of your normal, I guess, salary or wage or whatever, however you get paid. So that would be another consistent one that you can start bringing in. And again, that's simple. It's just a virtual assistant, administrative assistant. I'm sure all you need is a computer and like a headset or something like that. That would be something that would be super easy to do. And half the time, the senior manager might not even need nothing, so you're getting paid to kind of just hang around. Aside from that, I would say another one that people can utilize is delivery, like doing like delivery driving or whatever, whether that be for what is it, Postmates, Uber Eats, I guess like an actual like not restaurant, but like a pizza place. So if you're like a pizza delivery driver or something like that, I actually did it for a while out here. Depending on where you are, you might want to look it up. But for a while out here, I did alcohol delivery, and that was look, I'm not gonna lie, that was some pretty decent income on the side. I would do it probably like 3 or 4 times a week, and the good thing about it is I know most delivery drivers, they get paid based on like tips and everything. That's probably like a lower wage, hourly wage or whatever, and then you get paid based off of tips. Don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure, but I think that's how it works. But the way the one that I was working for, it was just strictly an hourly wage, and we got tips, but it wasn't all based on tips though. So like we got paid like I think it was between like $12 and $14 an hour, $12 and $15 an hour, something like that. And we got like cash tips. We could bring the cash tips home or whatever. So look, I was doing that and I did it 3 or 4 times a week. I was getting $300-$400 checks every week because we got paid every week, like every Thursday or something like that. So again, $300-$400 checks every week. That's $1,000+ every month that you did not have before. That's a good side hustle. That's a really good side hustle. You're getting an extra $1,000 a month. That's an extra $12,000 a year after tax. So like that's pretty nice to add on to the salary or the wage that you used to having. So I mean, that would be something to look into. I'm not sure if they have that in your areas. The one I did it for is called Drizzly. It was DRIZLY. If you want to look up being a delivery driver for them, hey, it's not a bad investment. All you need is a car. They don't care about I think Uber Eats or Uber, you have to have like a 4-door car that's 2008 or newer or something like that. Like it's none of that. As long as you have a car, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-door or whatever it is. I have a Challenger, so like they don't care. They didn't care like what kind of car you had. As long as you had insurance and your car, you could operate your car. It didn't matter what kind of car you was driving. So I thought that was one of the more cooler things that I did. I think I did that like last year, like around this time. Actually, I did it last year. And like I said, man, it was good money. So you just have to be willing to put the miles in your car, depending on the area you're in. You might have to drive some decent distances to get these people their alcohol because people want their liquor. But it was good, man. I had fun doing it. So if y'all want to look into that, But that goes back to say delivery driving, man. So you can do pizza delivery, Uber Eats delivery, which is everywhere pretty much. Postmates delivery. What's the other ones like? Grubhub, DoorDash, all of those, man. Those are good side hustles to have. Along with that, just doing Uber and Lyft in general. Those I'm not gonna say they're good. I've never done Uber or Lyft itself. I have some friends that have, and again, it's a good side hustle. It's a good side hustle to have. I'm not gonna say it's good as like your full-time job because sometimes there's downtime where people don't need rides, and if you're not getting rides, you're not getting paid because you don't get paid by the hour with them. So I'm not gonna say it's good as a full-time job, but as a part-time job, if you're doing it on like weekends or evenings or doing it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you doing it from 5 to 10 at night or something like that, I mean, hey, if you start to figure out when the prime time is in your area and you just turn your stuff on in and you do it for a few hours, hey, I'm telling you, you can make some good side money, man. It's a lot of different side hustles out here that people aren't taking advantage of, and I really think it's primarily because of laziness. You got to work hard, man. If you want money, if you want to get quote unquote rich, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be financially stable, you have to be willing to work hard. Like, that's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. We all have the same 24 hours a day. Obviously, we're not up all 24 hours, but I mean, you up for at least 12, at least 15, whatever it is, however you want to look at it. We all have that same amount of time every day that we need to utilize to maximize not only our profit, but our personal development. Because it's just like, hey, it's a lot of money out here, man. Y'all know that. It's a lot of money to be made out here. It's a lot of money that can be had out here, and there's different ways to get it. Because there's 7 revenue streams. That's what you need to have. 7. So if it wasn't possible, there wouldn't be a bunch of different millionaires out here. A lot of people aren't rich just off of one solid income. You got like basketball players, athletes, and whatever, and you got business owners. But even business owners, they have a bunch of different businesses. Even basketball players have a bunch of different businesses. Football players, whatever. So it's just like, you have to look into these things, man. Obviously, it won't be on that scale that these athletes or whatever have. You're not gonna be making $20 million a year as an athlete, and you have your own bank, and you have your own jewelry store, and you have your own franchise of Chick-fil-A or whatever it is. You might not have all of those things, but you can do these different things where you babysit, you do Uber, and you have your regular full-time job, and you could be making, $70,000, $80,000 a year because you work hard. Yeah, you're gonna be tired, but to me, there's a difference between being tired and being lazy. Like, we all tired out here. Most people are tired. We all work hard. Well, we all don't work hard. A lot of us work hard, and we're reaching these goals. We're trying every day to get to these goals we want to reach. We have stressful jobs, whatever. And you can be tired, that's fine. But when it comes to laziness, that's just a matter of not doing something even though you have the time to. Like, not doing something because you just don't feel like it. And a lot of businesses exist because of how lazy people are. Think about that. Delivery driving exists because of how lazy people are, because of the convenience of it. People don't want to get up, get out of the bed, get off the couch, whatever it is, and go pick up their own pizza. They want somebody to bring it to them. People don't want to get up, get off the couch, get out of bed, what it is they're doing, and go get their own liquor. They want somebody to bring it to them, which I think that might be one of the smarter ones because it kind of deters drinking and driving. But that's another subject. But yeah, man, like, there's so many different revenue streams out here that are to be had, but I don't think a lot of people realize it. So what would we tackle? We tackled delivery driving, just selling your stuff on the side. We talked about babysitting. What else is there? Oh, I know this one kind of has been common a lot the past 2 or 3 years, maybe. I don't do it, but I have heard good things about it. Teaching English online. I actually have a few coworkers. Well, I used to work with them. They did this. They do this actually because they work from home predominantly, and it's almost just like working 2 full-time jobs at the same time. You can teach English online to I think it's kids in like China or something like that, and it's for maybe like 4 or 5 hours a day, and it's good money. Like, obviously there are probably particular qualifications for it. I'm sure you can look it up on like Indeed or something like that. The main one that I know of is called VipKid, so it's VIPKID. I don't know what the website is, but you probably could just type in VipKid and it'll come up. But yeah, like, I've heard good things about VipKid. It's a good little side hustle. You teaching online. Like I said, some of my coworkers did it full time while working their current full time job because they work at home. So you can really have 2 full time jobs. I mean, that hey, that looks good. Like, that'll be 2 consistent full-time checks, I gotta take that. So if you're interested in teaching, or if you currently teach, maybe that'll be something that you want to get into. I know you don't have to have teaching experience to do that. I think you might just have to have a bachelor's degree, I want to say. So if you have a bachelor's degree, check that out, man. It's not a bad idea to at least take a look at it to see what kind of things they're offering, especially if they're, I don't think it's a particular area, because again, the kids are in China, so you just have to have like a computer and a webcam and all that stuff or whatever. It doesn't matter what state you're in, I don't think. So again, take a look at it. It's called VIP Kid. I'm sure there are different ones out there. That's just the one that I know of, the one that I've heard of, and that's the one that my coworkers participate in. So check out VIP Kid, man. These are all different revenue streams that you can try to put into place. Aside from those, the last one I'll talk about is you kind of got to be into it. Might want to ask some people about it, whatever. But investing. Investing is a great idea, man. For anybody. Even if it's not your thing, you can get somebody to tell you what you should be investing in. And do your own research too. One of the things I live by is, well, as far as investing anyway, don't invest in something that you don't believe in. Like, I think like Shaq has said the same thing or something like that. So Shaq would have people pitch their business to them, and if he didn't believe in it, he wouldn't invest in it. Like, if it wasn't something that he was genuinely interested in, he wouldn't invest in it. And I concur with that statement, just because it's like you don't want to throw money into something that you aren't interested in. You aren't really, like, you don't want to buy into it if you aren't mentally bought into it. It just makes sense to me. So, like I said, investing, man, like, there's so many different things out there right now people are utilizing. I know a lot of people have been talking about like the CBD oil stuff. A lot of people have been discussing like the Forex trading and everything, but that's not even necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stocks in general, like using like Ally stocks or Ally stock. I think it's called Ally stocks, E-Trade, all of these different systems that you can utilize in order to put money into and invest. Nowadays there's so many different apps that you have. I think the one that I have is called Stash. I think one is called Acorns. I need to use that one too. I've heard good things about Acorns. But yeah, man, like, you can invest in so many different things. I think Acorns actually, you can contribute like a specific percentage of your salary that you deposit into the account, and they'll invest it in smart things for you. So like, that's like hands-off investing, and you're still getting money from it. So y'all have to look into investing, man. Like, I know a lot of people that have become rich because they invested in the right things. I have a couple of my line brothers that invest in general in different things, from I think McDonald's just kind of bought one of them. I think it's called Beyond Meat. From Beyond Meat to Party City to I can't remember the other one that they were investing in. Can't remember. But yes, it's so many different things out here that you can invest in. If you pay attention to the stock market, invest. And if you don't pay attention to the stock market, start paying attention to the stock market, because that's easy side income. That's easy residual income. That's something easy to get into, and you can deposit. You don't have to put in a particular amount of money. Obviously, depending on the type of stock and how many shares you're intending to buy, you're going to have to, put in a specific amount. But depending on what it is you're investing in, it's not like you have to put in $10,000 or anything crazy like that. You just make it worth your while. If you want to invest, research the good things out there that are good to invest. I know a lot of people are investing in marijuana, the weed stocks and everything, especially if you're in California and Colorado and all those different places and everything. A lot of people are investing in it because it's, probably going to be legalized everywhere real soon. So invest, man. I got to get more on it too. I'm not going to lie. At one point I was doing a good job with it, but I kind of started like slacking off and everything. So I got to get back on it. But yeah, man, I think that was like 5, right? That's all I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all 5, and that's it. Y'all got to take that and run with it. We got investing, we got babysitting, we got delivery driving, We got selling your stuff. And then there was another one, I think, but I can't remember it right now. Just rewind this and just, yeah, you'll be able to see what it was. But yeah, man, that's all I have for y'all. This is episode 9 of the You Trippin' podcast. If you don't invest, you tripping. If you don't have a side income, you tripping. If you teaching the kids, that's what it was. If you're not teaching the kids, you tripping. They the younger generation. Y'all gotta help them out. If you're not selling the stuff that you don't need, you tripping. If you're not babysitting, you tripping. If you're not doing these things, if you're not trying to build 7 revenue streams, if you're not trying to add on to the current revenue stream you have currently, you tripping. You have to add on to these things, man, because it's just like, unless you just want to make $40,000 a year and you cool with that, then I mean, more power to you. That's not me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not about to pay bills and die. That's just not my thing. Oh, shoot. That's just not my thing. I don't want to do that. So, hey, man, look, that's all I got. Like I said, this is episode 9 of the You Trippin' podcast. Invest. Build those revenue streams. Do what y'all got to do, man. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. I won't see y'all Wednesday because I'm going on my cruise. So just rewatch all 9 of these episodes for me. Get those views up. Share them for me. Subscribe. Do all that. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. This is the You Trippin' podcast. I'm your host. Just call me Twin. We gone. Oh, yeah. You tripping.